Scorpio, welcome to your reading for February 2021. This is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone. The bottom of the deck, you got the Seven of Cups. So we're going to look at your past, present, and future energy. In your past, you got the Queen of Wands, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Nine of Swords. In your present, you got the Sun, the Empress, and the Four of Cups. And in your future, you got the Hermit in reverse, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So it's interesting looking at your past energy with this Queen of Wands. And then on the other side of it, the Nine of Swords, and with this Two of Cups sandwiched in between. I almost feel like you were in a relationship, possibly with a Leo. Feels like this fiery energy right here. I almost feel like either they were really fiery or you got all fired up. I think you offered them a cup. I think you offered them your love, and I don't think it worked out. I don't know if they outright rejected you or if you did date and things didn't work out, but it definitely left you with a broken heart or just in a state of kind of devastation. I mean, this card is one of, for sure, trauma and heartbreak. So if it was a Leo, I mean, it could be another sign. They're definitely a very fiery personality, so that could have been part of what the problem was. Scorpio is a water sign, and water signs are all about emotion. In your present energy, you get the Sun and the Empress and the Four of Cups, and I thought this was interesting. It's almost like once you got over this heartbreak, you really got back into your power. I mean, the Sun is the most positive card in the entire deck. You're riding in on a white horse, sort of victorious. It's like, it feels like you really got your groove back. And again, the Empress as well is just a card of a very sort of powerful, sensual, queen that just could be a very fertile queen. I had somebody else pull this card and I had to forewarn them, if you don't want to make some babies, you might want to be careful. That's not what you're looking for right now in a relationship. But Empress is just this very much a goddess energy, and especially sitting next to the Sun, it feels like once you got over this past heartbreak, you really got back into the groove. And then this combination of this Four of Cups here, and then the fact that you got the Seven of Cups in your overall energy. The Seven of Cups represents having tons of options in love. I mean, some good, some bad. I always point out when I show this card that some of the cups have great things in them, like that little angel, and some have snakes. But it looks like someone, once you were back in that really powerful Empress energy and back on top of the world with that Sun card, it looks like someone, or maybe several someones, tried to make you an offer and you were not interested. The fact that you got the Hermit in reverse in your future energy, I would definitely say, to me, says that, you just, like, you're happy to be in this powerful energy and have recovered from this heartbreak or whatever happened between you and this person, but you're just not really ready to dive in there yet. You're turning down you may have a lot of interested parties like that Seven of Cups shows, but it doesn't feel like you're, engaging in those. I did almost feel like when I saw that Two of Cups in reverse and then this Four of Cups, I almost wondered if the person that rejected you, once you were back on top of the world, it almost feels like maybe they came back and tried to make you an offer, and it has thrown you into a little bit of this Hermit energy in reverse, which is, wanting to be alone, not wanting to engage. It's almost like, whoa, okay, come back and then offer me something that you turned down to begin with. But it's interesting to me, right next to that Hermit in reverse is that Six of Swords, which is, definitely a card about letting go, moving on. I mean, it could be a card about reluctantly moving on, because you can see how her head's kind of bowed down, and it's one that kind of comes with a little bit of remorse about moving on. So maybe this person did come back and you turned them down and you were not super happy to have to do that, but it looks like, I mean, this combo too, when you combo this Ace of Swords and this Seven of Cups, it's like in your future energy with this Ace of Swords, aces are a lot of times about a new beginning. And then, of course, the fact that you have the Seven of Cups about potential suitors, it's like, feels like a new beginning is coming for you. It almost feels like, because this represents air energy, I almost feel like you might have an opportunity to attract somebody who's pretty intellectual. That's almost the vibe I get from this card. So, I mean, with you sitting in this Empress energy and having the Sun card here and just feeling very powerful and all these options, it feels like you can choose what you want. And if you got burned by a Leo back here, you know, if it was a Leo you tried to offer your cup to, that passionate energy may be a turnoff for you right now. And so you may be really leaning towards somebody who's a little less in their emotions and more in their intellect, which would be more of an air sign, like a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius. So it could be that that's what you're going to see coming in. I want to look at this Seven of Cups to see if there's anything in here symbolically that looks like any of the air signs. I don't know that any of those are particularly air sign oriented. So, yeah, I definitely feel like maybe you're leaning towards getting away from this wild, passionate energy that you know, kind of hurt you in the past, and maybe moving towards more of an intellectual type person. You know, you're for sure trying to move on and move away from whatever this Four of Cups offer was. I mean, you can even see in the card, he's got his hands crossed. He's just not interested. It is like a little cloud with a hand on it. So that almost sounds like air. So maybe you already had an offer from an air sign, like a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and just didn't take him up on it. And I don't know, these are right on top of each other. So maybe you will. But regardless, you definitely are, you know, well on your way to being in your power and making your own decisions. You're not, I don't think, rushing into anything. I mean, this boat with this guy rowing is definitely a slow moving energy. So I think you've got your situation under control, and you've obviously, with that Seven of Cups, going to have a lot of options. So Scorpio, this is what I have for you for February of 2021. Hopefully that resonated. If it did, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in a couple weeks.